Bom dia! It is a beautiful Sunday morning in Brazil, and while some people are having hangover, others are going to the church. But me myself, I'm about to hit the road again. I need to get back to Trans-Amazonian Highway, which is 250 kilometers away. 250 kilometers, 250 possibilities, 250 opportunities. So follow my journey, because this will be interesting. So I left Santarém this morning, early in the morning, and I thought, wow, this will be a great ride. And then, just after 15 kilometers or so, I realized that back brakes of my bicycle are broken. So I had to cycle all the way back to town and find some bicycle store and then fix it. And I must confess that at some point there was really this raging Eastern European in me. So it was a bit of a drag, but eventually I left town. It's late already, it's 7 or 8, but I guess better later than never. So just to make myself feel a little bit better, I got myself some beer. I'm feeling better. This road that I'm cycling on is really interesting because it goes all along Tapajós National Forest. So on my right there is always a thick wall of jungle since it's protected area, and on my left, well, there is a bit of everything. There is some rainforest that's still left, but then there are pastures, farmlands, villages, and so on and so on. And I have the strange feeling that in the near future, maybe in a decade or so, all of this will turn into pasture. So it seems that I'm approaching Jaguara community, and it's exactly the same place where I was heading the last time when I got caught by that rainfall and I decided to go back. So let's check this place out. So it really doesn't matter where you will end up in Latin America. It could be completely middle of nowhere, wasteland, you know, but if there is some settlement, if there are some people living out there, you will always find two fundamentals. You will always find church, and you will always find a football field. This is what Latin American culture is based on, it seems. Just like here in Jaguara, really middle of nowhere village. And this landscape, the Tapajós River, seems unbelievable. Like, it's really hard to believe this is a river. Like, if somebody would take a picture of this and would ask me where is this, I would say this is probably Caribbean coast. But somewhere far away out there you can see another shore. So just some decades ago, all of these little communities, these tiny, mostly indigenous communities scattered along Tapajós River, they were just tiny human settlements where people mostly lived from fishing and such like. And then, step by step, gradually, some Brazilians and some foreigners started to see the commercial potential, and now these places are turning into some kind of a touristic areas. What I skipped from the last time when I was cycling throughout these areas is that some people were really dissatisfied with my presence. Because I'm a white guy from Europe, And if white guy from Europe comes to this part of the world, he's supposed to pay for everything, and he's supposed to stay in a local accommodation and pay for guided tours and for everything, because now these people are making their living out of tourists, out of strangers like myself. And I'm not a traditional type of tourist, I'm more of a hobo. So I heard some dissatisfaction around some villages. Actually, some local guys, some drunk local guys told me that I'm violating the law, like I shouldn't sleep on the beaches and in the jungle, I'm supposed to pay. And sincerely, I don't blame them. I mean, these people, they live with what little they got. And yeah, probably I'm just an intruder, you know. They very likely view me as a parasite, perhaps, but yeah, what can I do? I'm also not a rich guy, and I strongly believe that it shouldn't be just the privilege of rich people to be able to travel around. So I think this is where two philosophies, they clash. So yeah, let's go to the village. Wow, it seems like there is not even a single soul outside. And even those people that I saw, those few individuals, it seems like they're hiding from me. And just some children observing me from the bushes. Well, it's really crazy hot these days. Like, even locals told me it's extremely hot now. It's a crazy hot, dry season. So I think I'll take a little siesta. And in the afternoon I will hit the road. I want to explore jungle a little bit. So it's 7 o'clock in the evening, it's dark already. I'm hitting the road, I'm cycling through, and I'm in this little village, this little community, I don't even remember how it's called. And this is a little store. I would like to get some snacks. So that's what you got. No chocolates, no cookies, no nothing. A lot of sugar. Hey, boa noite. Você tinha algum biscoito ou algo para...
Biscoito?
Sim, para comer agora?
Bem assim,
Sim, tá bom.
assim, ó.
Ah, perfeito. E quanto é?
Esse aí é 2,50 cada um.
Cada um 2,50, não?
É.
Tá bom, mano. Tá uma... Esse é dois.
Dois, dá 5 reais.
Dois coróis para provar. Ok, tá bom. Isso. Passa muito gringo aqui?
É difícil, mas pá. Mas não, mas em Piquetuba quase. Aqui é difícil só quando vem mesmo de outra do chão, sabe?
So now it is early September and it is a dry season in the Amazon rainforest. So it's really easy to move around. For me it's very easy to cycle around because all of these roads are dry. But it's also arguably the worst time to search for amphibians and reptiles because they simply aren't that active. And there is this myth or misconception about jungle, about rainforests, that once you enter the jungle, snakes are just falling from the trees, which is absolutely not true. If you want to find some serpents, you need to search for them. I mean, you might get lucky and run into a snake, but most likely you won't find too many, especially now, in the dry season. So tonight, so far, the only serpent I managed to find was this little pseudoboa nudity, which is, in my opinion, from what I've seen so far, probably the most common snake of this area. Because I just keep on finding these, especially these juveniles. They're just crossing the roads in these sandy areas of the rainforest like nobody's business. So it might be the end of my community tour along the Tapojos River. And not because of this bridge, which was rotten and completely destroyed many years ago. That is above the Jaguara. Nah, just people are really suspicious of me. And I was just cycling around, and then some local guy appeared, and then another two guys. And we started talking, and they asked me, what am I doing in here, where I'm from, where am I heading next, where I was sleeping last night. Because these are really close communities. And I mean communities, these are not just villages or towns. It is community land, so there's no private property in here, so each community owns their own land, and they decide how to deal with it, how to maintain these resources by community meetings. So all people are really connected and know each other. And all of the strangers that come in here, well, they come with guided tours, in a tourist groups. And to them, I'm just a stranger, the strange gringo, who was wandering around for no particular reason. So I think I need to take a little siesta, because now it's way too hot to cycle. And in the evening and throughout the night, I will try to cycle my way out to the main road. Sun was going down, and I just kept on cycling, and then I passed a couple more communities, but people, they seem to be so shy. I mean, these must be the shyest Brazilians I've met ever, so far. So I wasn't filming that much. I really don't like to bother people with my cameras if they don't like it. And I guess for this night I will just keep on cycling. I think I'll just keep on cycling through the night, because I really would like to get to the main road, and cycling through the jungle is so much more interesting throughout the night than in daylight, because all the wildlife comes out and it's pure thrill. There is even a slight possibility to meet a jaguar, so I'm really thrilled about all of this, you know. Bicycle rides like these makes life worth living, or at least keeps that existential crisis away for a while, you know? And now I found this beautiful Jaguara, maybe the most beautiful I've seen so far on this trip, so I really need to take a bath, so I should approach the opportunity. So I guess there's no competition. This must be one of the most outlandish looking animals there are. As usual, I forgot the English name, but scientific name of this snake is Imantodes kencho. And this is arboreal snake. Usually they can be found up there in the trees and the bushes, and they hunt tiny frogs and lizards. But can you see how thin this snake is? I mean, it's not too short. This one must be almost 1 meter in length. This is full grown adult. But for most of that length, it is as thin as a pencil. Then to top that, it has this tiny head with giant eyes, because this is strictly a nocturnal animal. So, I mean, this snake is really like no other. And yet another little beautiful pseudoboa annuity. Now throughout this trip I'm failing to find some of the most common snakes of the Amazon basin. So far I haven't found a single pit viper. But I keep on finding these little beautiful noodles. They are everywhere, on the forest floor, everywhere. I don't know where is that seasonal thing or something. Really interesting. So I'm really failing to find any venomous snakes these days, especially pit vipers that I'm after. But venomous spiders, highly venomous spiders, oh, there are plenty, everywhere. And look how defensive this animal is. Whoa. So this is the classic defensive posture. They really don't weigh that much. He's already ready to strike. I just left Tapajós National Forest and now enjoying humble joys of life. I bought myself pizza and I got myself this pão com queijo, or bread with cheese. Tremendous! And then I got myself some coffee. Now Brazilians, they really know how to make coffee, you know, because it's dark and with a lot of sugar.